Well, today is Sunday and it is the 3rd of June 2012, and a quick silver update as take a look at this weekly chart as well as the long-term upward range and do some calculations via the spreadsheet. So let's get started. I stated last week that this was like the first time I'd seen like a double hammer formation, two in a row like this. Well, I guess we had three in a row. But it's also two consecutive inside weeks in a row, as each high has been around 10 cents lower than the previous one, and it's obvious that there has been an uptrend from each of the lows. So it's going to be an interesting formulation to see, or a situation to see how this thing will develop out, because the pattern of lower highs and higher lows is most definitely a indecisive pattern. Let's move on to one of the quarterly charts, and I did this one a few weeks ago. What I want to figure out is a couple of things. One, if we draw a trend line like this, we can draw the key resistance levels and then find the key original support level, which if we just take the difference of the sides, just something like this, say, and match up the lines as best that we can. That's somewhat close, and just draw another matching line. We can see that it hit the low pretty much perfect, and well, we'll use a spreadsheet to see how well this comes through. And therefore, if we were to hit this level today, where would we be at? Also, the next two levels that I'm looking at, breaking 50, is 78 and 120. So if we were to hit 78 on this line, how many days would it take? And as far as 120 is concerned, taking the same rate of ascent from here to here, where would that take us? So let's move on. This is a spreadsheet of the daily chart using a swing line to calculate the whether it's a high or low. So how this spreadsheet works is in here it takes the front weighted average of 3 periods. If it's higher, so for example 812 is higher than 806, then it's going to take the highest level for that period, and if it's lower, it's going to take the lower period. This way it enables to get all the highs and lows. This is 0.94%, which I've calculated to be the approximate rate of ascent for this move. So therefore each one of these goes up by that. I calculated that this to be the approximate low, and the difference from point A to point B is about 1.7 times, because what I have done is I've taken the formula of the difference of here to here. So what's 865 divided by 505? Whatever it is, I want to divide again by 505. So now let's go down to the very bottom of this spreadsheet and take it to where we are today. And therefore, what this tells us is that 64.47 is where we are at right now. So let's get a level above that. I know for sure that if I to take this level divided by this level here and multiply this high, then I'll get the upper number, which is 110.41. Let me just put this into 2 decimals, and what I want to see, I'm going to put the numbers that I want to see in bold, is when will this number hit around 78, and when will this hit 120? So I'm going to copy and paste these numbers to find it. We're at cell 3425, so wherever it comes from, that's what I subtract it from. So let's just paste a few levels down. Of course, this is irrelevant. So 120, if it's to make a fast move, it would take about 100 days. And for this to get to around, I think it's 75, 78 was a number just off the top of my head, as the next significant resistance line. So 35.97 is what day it would take. And we're on 34.25 now. So that would be about 170 days. And there's roughly 250 trading days in a year. So that would take us to about March. So therefore, if that's going to be the next significant level, then that's when it's going to come about, basically. And I think this is important to note that maybe if we do see 75 in a much earlier time, hypothetically, if it does happen to occur in about 80 days from now, 90 days, when we start to see price action up around 57, 58, then maybe it might be $70 that it tops out at. But what I would probably be saying is, don't be surprised if this thing has a fast move up to about 120 before it has a blow off top. Just because this trend tool has been working out pretty magnificently, because when you look back at this at the start of the session, when this thing was getting going, and you were using the logarithmic scaling, then you would be like, okay, you have resistance and you're drawing this, and then you drew the trend line in here, and then support hit, resistance hit. Oh, support fell. I guess we should draw a line with the equivalency of this and then expect it to hit at that bottom. Oops, yep, it did. And now it's resisting the area. Oh, it broke above it. So maybe it's going to reach the top of this level wherever it happens to be at the time it reaches. Oh, yeah, it hit it. And now what's going on is it's finding resistance at this level. So basically, if this thing does break out from here, then that's a failed breakdown below, and it wouldn't surprise me if it makes its move up to the upper part. And if this thing breaks down, then obviously, where are we heading? We're heading down to this line. So where is that line today? Well, obviously, just by looking at this, you can see that it's around 24. And from this, it's actually 21.98, because like I said, that was drawn in freehand. This was by using the math formulas of the rate of ascent that I've shown. So therefore, yeah, if we do have a fast move, then it looks as if maybe it might hold in or around 22, or even if it pierces to 18, 19 and it moves up quick, it's pretty much still the same. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.